the presence of money in a business is not what guarantees it's going to scale.
Yes. Okay, skill. I think these things it's important to note these things because people just feel once you have the money that automatically guarantees your success in that business.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I have seen people with money, they don't have an idea of what to do with the money. I've seen people with money, they don't have a market for their products.
Okay. All right, so how do we...
So at that stage, what I got was there's some kind of investors we call angel investors. So the person giving me the money, aside being a member of a venture capitalist firm, is also an angel investor as an individual. Angel investors are practically the kind of investors that look at you as a small business owners. They will put their fundings into your business. Some of them, beyond their fundings, they have access to the market that you need. They have an idea of how you can scale, but they are not pushing you immediately to get returns.
Okay.
So they take a chance on you.
All right.
Do you get? So that's an angel investor. And then, but before we even get to the angel investor, there is the place of the business owner bootstrapping. So by bootstrapping, we are saying you gather your personal fundings. You have a car. You say you're looking for funding for your business, but you have a car, you're driving, and you don't necessarily need that car at that moment. You have to sell it. Because truth is, before you begin to look for any external money, say you're looking for an investor into your business, the first person they're going to ask you is, how much of your own money have you invested in this your idea? Nobody will give you money to put into your business when your own money haven't gone into it. Whether it's equity, whether it's debt funding or in an investor money or whatever it is. So the first point of call is bootstrapping. You gather yourself, you sell some personal things that are of great value to raise money. And at the end of the day, at the beginning, you necessarily do not need so much money. You just need the actual money you'd require to launch out or to even test the market to know whether they would buy at the end of the day. Right? So that's basically what you need. Then from there, you can progress to the point where you begin to source for funds from family and friends. Now, I always advise that the easiest way to get money from a family or a friend, instead of making it look beggarly, like they are doing you a favor, is to offer them some form of coverage in the business. So, okay, you're giving me this loan. If this business makes progress, this is what I'm going to pay back. Okay, or you're giving me this loan. Come and take 20% of the company, of our profit as equity. All right? So it's easier for a father to, hand over these funds. I have a mentor whose business is, if I mention his name, their business is everywhere. How did he start? His father took a chance on him when he made an approach and gave him the money. And look at where the business is today. And he made a promise of some form of ROIs. So it's easier for me as a family member to look at you and say, okay, I'm not just stashing you this money, just take it. I'm investing in it. Is that as debt or as equity? Now, when you take away the form of the family and friends part, then we start talking about the angel investors, the ones that take a chance on you and give you some form of funding. This is basically at the lower level of investment, sort of. Yes. And then there is a higher path, which is venture capitalists. These ones, an angel investor can actually give you money without having to come and sit on your board or have eyes or whatever you're doing. They'll just have a meeting. When are we supposed to meet? When are we sharing profits? What's happening now? Do I have access to the market you need? What else do you need that I can offer?
Make this fun.
Yeah, but a venture capitalist don't just give you, it's an organization on their own. They don't just give you funding and walk away. They give you funding and they sit on your board.
Okay.
Because they want to be able to control your decision or have a hand in decision making, basically.
Because now their money is...
Yeah, because their money, and with venture capitalist firms, it's like other people's money are in their hands. So they are using it to trade business. And so they can't give you the money and walk away.
Okay.
Yeah, so they sit on your board, they help decision-making process.
Okay, we have few moments to be here, and I know this is like, it's not exhaustive. I know
it's not exhaustive.
We've not even gotten into
It's not
this.
exhaustive.
So definitely I know you're coming back to talk more about this, because people are interested. No, I know a lot of people are interested now. They want to know.
It's the beginning of the year, and a lot of people are looking at accessing money for their businesses. Yes.
Exactly. So before we round it off, could you just mention some places where funding can be accessed. I think you've already mentioned some, because we're going to talk about those in detail when you come back. But what are the avenues? You mentioned investment firms,
venture capitalist firms. They are angel investors.
You mentioned family members.
Family members, yes.
So, but what other places can funds be accessed for?
So there is grants.
Okay, there are grants.
These are basically free money.
Okay.
So we have both local grants. We have them springing up. For instance, we have TEF, Tenil Foundation, $5,000 for African entrepreneurs. Application process is currently ongoing.
Okay.
We have other international. I'll ask anyone who's most likely looking at accessing funding for their business to begin with TEF, right? TEF is easy. Just have an amazing idea, basically. And then there are platforms where opportunitydesk.com. On opportunitydesk.com, you would have, they publicize different grant opportunities for small business owners, for entrepreneurs, whether Nigeria or Africa, right? And then I don't know how often these people, anyone listening, probably you're on Instagram, I don't know, social media. So opportunities are springing up. Some of them 1 million, some of them 5 million, some of them 3 million. You never can tell. So you just have to be in the face of social media, be in the places where these things are talked about. Like in my office, we have a grant masterclass coming up. It's free of charge. And we will be rolling out grant calendar, what we call grant calendar, because there are specific grants that must be rolled out by organizations in the year. So there is Development Bank of Nigeria grant opportunities, but some of them, the thing with grant is that not all of them are funding related. Some of them could basically be maybe access to market. Some of them could be brand awareness, visibility for your business and all of that. So some of them could be entrepreneurship training and mini MBAs like we did last year with IFC, a member of World Bank. And so that's basically that. So just be in the face of the people, be where these grants are talked about. Grant is the easiest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually the easiest to access.
Okay. We're going to talk about this some more, but one thing that's important to note here is even the way business is being conducted has changed drastically, especially with social media. There's influencer marketing. Things are changing with the way business is being conducted generally. So it's a whole new level. It's a whole new game. And if you're in it already, you know what I'm talking about. But thank you so much. You know, we're going to talk about this in more detail because I do know that people are going to be interested. People are interested in this, and they want to know, you know, how they can be part of all of this. So we're going to have you back.
Thank you.
To talk more about this. But if you didn't start with us when we began, I have Chichi Eriobu here. She's an entrepreneur consultant, and this has been Lifestyle Daily. We've been talking about business and entrepreneurship funding for businesses and entrepreneurship opportunities and ideas as well. So hope you got something out of today's segment. We definitely will be back with more for you. Once again, thank you so much for having me here today. It was really interesting.